This motel is in Burlington County, New Jersey. Like dozens of others just like it, its one purpose is to house homeless neighbors in our community. It's transitional housing, emergency shelter for many souls who have no resources other than assistance through government programs. This film was produced by Citizens Serving the Homeless, a nonprofit, faith-based organization of many different individuals, all committed to solving the homeless issue in their community. Our vision is to develop a community of hope where homeless people can obtain a broad range of services and programs in one location in a campus-like setting that offers transformational, life-changing opportunities. Let's meet the face of homelessness, our neighbors.
All right, Vanessa, can you tell us how you became homeless?
I lost my fiance, and I've been homeless off and on ever since. And since he died in 2002, I've been from here to there. I'm an alcoholic, so I've suffered for years, and from one place to another, and I've never been able to overcome it. In all honesty, I've been through welfare, through housing, my family services. I've done the best that I could. We were in a tent, and our tent was cut up, and I was scared. I'm scared of being lonely. I'm scared of the woods. I got bit by a raccoon in the woods. I had to go to the hospital and get 6 shots. I'm just scared of the elements, period. But I know God looks out for me, so.
I was a house painter for 6 years. I worked for the same company. And the boss is basically let everything go, you know, and lost the company. The work got slower, from 6 days a week down to 5 days, down to 2, down to none. And that was last April, and I've been unemployed since then. Worked for myself here and there, just side jobs, you know, to live. And since then, I mean, I was out in the street for about a month and a half, and I went to a social service building. So I never, you know, I never had to go through any of that stuff in my life. I was living in a tabernacle, you know, I worked for everything my whole life since I've been 12 years old. I had a nice place, everything. And I don't have any family around here, so basically, you know, on my own. And I was out in the street again in Trenton, staying in the train station, you know, for about 3 weeks. Just been looking for work steady, and it's constant, you know, every day. And it's,
nothing.
I've never seen nothing like it. I've been able to find work. I'm at the point where I feel like giving up. That's how bad it is. I've never been this down in my life. It's me against the world, basically.
What's the hardest thing, Jim?
Just not having, you know, anything stable. Not having that feeling, you know. Not having to worry about if you're gonna have a place to stay the next day, or if it's gonna rain, or if, you know, where you're gonna be. It's just, you know, something nobody should have to worry about. I never thought I would find myself in this position.
Willard, I want to thank you for your hospitality. This is your home right now in this motel. I want to ask you, in your own words, how did this come to be? How did you become one of the homeless?
I guess it was a recession or something that happened. Many years of working, making good money, ended up getting laid off. I'm in the construction field. Trying to find a job in construction is almost impossible. It's been impossible. Trying to go for trucking company jobs, but it seems like everybody that was in construction went for them jobs, so there's no work. Ended up, I couldn't pay my rent anymore. Got evicted. Went and ended up in a motel.
What will turn this around? What will be your way out of this challenging situation, not having a home? What do you see as the answer, the hope that you have?
I'm hoping, I'm thankful anyway, at least they give me a room that I could stay in for me and my daughter and girlfriend. Hopefully just to find a job, a halfway decent job, more than McDonald's. I can't go to McDonald's and work, then I get kicked off of all my assistants and I barely make enough to do anything. Just a halfway decent job to make a couple dollars to get a home again.
What's the hardest thing about being homeless? What's the most difficult thing for you?
I think the hardest thing is not being able to cook like a good family meal in a kitchen, sitting down and eating. I miss that the most.
Especially with your child.
With my daughter and girlfriend and her being pregnant. It's just, I miss just sit down having a good meal.
Yes. Just
cooking a nice meal in the kitchen with a stove and an oven. And it's just the hardest part. Not a motel, you really can't have an oven, you can't have a hot plate, you got microwave. I think that's the hardest part.
Okay, well, I got pregnant. I'm pregnant now. There's something wrong with the baby, and it's preventing me to be able to work. They're not helping me as much as they could, I guess, until he's born, and we could see exactly what's wrong with him. And just trying to make it on what we can.
What could happen that would give you hope? Like, how would you see your way out of this situation?
Any kind of work that I'd be able to do.
And what's the hardest thing for you about being homeless right now?
Psychological. Just feeling hopeless and worthless, not being able to do anything. Just trying to get out of this situation.
How did this come to be? How did Roy become homeless?
Well, my mama passed away and I was working, but then I got incarcerated, and then when I came out I was screwed. I wasn't working because work slowed up and the economy's bad. And, I try to work on the farm as much as I can on trucks and tractor trailers, but that only gets so far because there's no work out there. And when you ain't working, you ain't feeding me. I try to stay out of trouble. Got my mama in the toolbox. She's the one that passed away, and that's my bread and butter, and that is too the bike. I haul trailers with it.
So Roy the mechanic wants a job to get out of this and do better.
Yeah. I used to sleep on I used to have my trailer. I used to sleep on my trailer with my toolbox in the woods because I had no place to go. I ain't washed my clothes in over a month, so I mean I got a bunch of calluses on these hands and they're hard working, but they ain't doing me no good just sitting here. You know, I'd better be on a farm or working somewhere in a truck, tractor trailers, or that's all I know.
How did this happen?
No work. We were both working at one time, and the economy just got so bad that I'm a carpenter and times just got slow. My fiance got out of work and just hit bottom real quick. You know, we have 2 children. And
how old are they?
12 and 10.
They're in school right now.
So, you know, we drive them to school and we still make things happen. It's just really hard. We tried to get assistance through the county, and at the time we were working, they told us that being how we had jobs, they couldn't assist us in any way. And we've been homeless for a while, staying with family back and forth. Now we're in a motel.
What's the hardest part for you?
Not really feeling like a family, being homeless, not having security. You know, never know what next week's going to bring.